Go ahead.
Hello, John. Today we're
Hello,
going to
hello.
talk about airlines. Branson was talking about him going bust. Now he's got a commercial loan, a private loan. The UK government wouldn't bail him out. Ryanair, they're all in trouble. All the airlines.
They are. And the reason the Ryanair's let a lot of staff go because they have to. They couldn't just have them. And probably the airplanes that they'll have to probably get rid of them some way. But who's going to buy them? Because the same problem is around the world. Um, uh, with the way this virus was handled by governments and doctors uh, giving out scare warnings about the effect of it and that people were so at risk. Older people and anybody really, that people could have it and then give it to somebody else and they didn't know that they had it. So they created such a confusion in my book and a scare, sort of what they were at. And with the result that people that normally would be optimistic, suddenly optimism was in scarce supply. You hardly heard anyone talking positive. It was all gloom and bloody doom. And every place was closed, and they're talking about wearing masks and distances, and they're still at that racket. Well, you can't create confidence if you're expected to go around with a bloody mask on your puss and all the rest of it, and social distances. I've seen it now in the Catholic Church, marked out and seats, every second seat blocked off, and then one, two, three, one, two, three, buckle me shoe, one, two, buckle me two, three, four, so knock at the door. And whatever it is, it's kind of pathetic to see it, this concern. And so when it's like that, you're not going to create confidence in business. People are not going to be shopping the way they do because, for example, the other day I was at the recycling thing on Friday. I said to myself, I'll call into Supervalue and Kells. They'd have nice cream cakes and I have a sweet tooth, and I thought myself, I treat myself to that, and perhaps there might be one or two other delicacies that I put my eye on,
Hmm.
because I'm free to do that now. I've only got myself in the pots and pans and whatever else I had to do at home. There's nobody else there to sort of say, what are you doing with that? You know yourself the way the
That's
wife
it.
might say, you're not having that now.
Yeah,
And she'd go and hide it and say, that'd be for visitors.
yeah.
So I'm doing myself. Now, we're talking about the airlines. So with that, well, who's going to be flying? Now I know that apparently some of them are given prices that it should attract some people, perhaps young people that are not so affected by it or don't feel affected by it, because after all they were marching and desecrating statues and all the rest of it, and there was none of this social distance. So perhaps they'll go on holidays, or would they be fit to go on holidays? Would it cause damage wherever they go? Because oftentimes they used to call them vandals, and they weren't too welcome in some of the resorts where they went because they caused trouble. What was the bread and butter of these airlines was the mature person, because they have the time to travel. You're working and you're married, and you've a fortnight in the summer, and you've a couple of children, and you might be saying to yourself, God, I hope there's sort of like a caravan in Galway or somewhere. We need to go abroad. So you have to dip into your pocket. But now you don't have to dip into your pocket. You can start acting the old cod and saying, we could pick up the corona business. We go abroad. And what'll happen then? It'll cost a fortune. And because supposing you die, you better get insurance. So all this could have come up.
Yeah.
So the airlines is going to be up the creek without a paddle. Signs on the British government wouldn't give the Virgin Airlines owned by Branson, or he's the main shareholder. I presume he's not the ones that shares now. He hardly owns it 100%. And they wouldn't give him a brass farm. So now somebody's out there throwing a few quid at him. I don't know who it is. Somebody perhaps the lights have gone out or something, but I wouldn't be giving money to an airline at the present time. If in a few years, in a couple of years, and we don't know, because people can, this sort of idea to some people, they might say, because they're talking about maybe another one. So they put the kibosh on anybody wanting to go anywhere. Even people might be slow to go and have holidays in their own country. Now they got used to having barbecues in their own garden. I got a text from my friend outside Bray, and his two daughters, and the son is in Rome, and he can't get home. Normally be home. He's in lockdown there too. He can't store. Anyways, his daughter there rang Friday morning, I think, or Saturday. I think it was yesterday. He sent it to me, and there was a lad next door having barbecues. He lives on his own, and apparently now he suspected he might have the coronavirus.
Oh wow.
And so her two daughters used to walk his dogs, and of course now they're now locked down for 14 days and have to be checked. So they were coming and looking after their parents because they were getting the grocery for them. They didn't store there with the house. And I was telling my friend, well, I said, I pity you. And then he was glad to get the 5 kilometres they could go. So, and I said, well, you won't be able to go to Bray because you're just outside that. I don't know where you can go. Perhaps you can go down the end of the road. You know. So, and I said, and don't speak to anybody, keep 2 meters away. I was telling him this, but they was daughter. So this is you see what's going on. Now he had a bed and breakfast there in the caravan park, and he would be doing well in the summertime. Now he doesn't do the bed and breakfast; they're getting a bit long in the tooth. But that's what they were at. Had a bit 4 bedrooms upstairs and 4 downstairs. So they were upstairs and had all these ones downstairs, and a caravan in the park, 2 of them. And now somebody was saying they were coming from abroad. I think his friend Dennis McGuire that used to work with the insurance with me as well. And because his nephew or son is coming from abroad, and he's offered my friend Richard has offered a caravan because it had to be 14 days isolated, so they can be there. So do you see where we're coming from as regards airlines? Never mind airlines, even bloody buses, coach fellas might be in trouble, hotels might be in trouble, bed and breakfast staff. So if there's a knock-on effect, this is the result of these governments putting the fights on people. And there's a fellow in America called Fauci. He looks to me like a replica of Hitler or somebody. A most obnoxious little creep of a yoke. And he's talking about kind of like about deaths, like as if they could be in the millions. And why President Trump had him anywhere, but the media, that's what they love. Hop him into it. Destroy the business, destroy the country. That means against Trump. Do you see where I'm coming from? But here, I don't know what their excuse is, but they're destroying the confidence. If people lose confidence, then where do you go? Where does all these supermarkets that's here now, will they put up shop because they've been bringing a lot of the stuff in? Now I believe there might be a problem with chips. The same thing.
Same thing, yeah, absolutely. So
you're in
effect.
trouble. So there will be going cap in hand now to the private sector to try and open businesses again. We don't know. So this is what I'm saying. That when you're talking about airlines, there's the knock-on effect, isn't there?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's not looking good for any sector as far as I can see for the time being, and they needn't be talking about confidence and this, that and the other. They've already put the kibosh on people.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, Albert.